Now consider this topic, torque on current loop. Let us consider a current carrying loop in a magnetic field. So this is the current loop. This is a current carrying loop. Let's say I is current here and current is going in this direction. Say I is current and the length of this one is, say it's B, and the length of this one is CL. So now let us establish a magnetic field in this direction. This is the direction of magnetic field. Let us establish magnetic field in this way. Now we know that when we place current carrying wire in external magnetic field, the force acts on this wire due to this magnetic field, and that force is equals to IL cross B. So this is the equation to get a force acting on current carrying wire, and this equation is valid for a straight conductor. And now you take this loop, and this loop contains 4 straight wires. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us give numbers here. This wire is first wire, and you can take it as 2, and this is let's say 3, and this is, let's say, 4. There are 4 straight wires. Now 4 straight wires are placed in a magnetic field. So then find out what is the force acting on first loop, first wire. So that equals to F1 equals to, you can use this equation, IL cross B, and here IL is acting in this direction. So I is going in this way, so IL will be acting in this direction. Then B is acting in exactly opposite direction. Then angle between IDL and B is 180. When angle between IL and B is 180, then sin 180 will be 0, then force will be 0. So let us take what is the force acting on this wire. Now here the angle between IDL is in this way and B is going in that way. Then angle between IDL and B is 90 degrees. So when angle is 90 degrees, you get maximum force, that is ILB, because L is length of the wire here, ILB, and the direction if you take, you can use this curling rule, IL cross B. Then IL is acting in this and B is going in that way. Then when you compute IL cross B, that comes out from the paper here, so it will be acting outwards. So outwards. So for that let us use symbol this one. Now let us compute force acting on third wire. That is F3 equals to, and here IDL and B both are in the same line, so angle is 0, then sin 0 is 0, then you get 0. Similarly you compute F4, and F4 IDL is acting in this and B is that, then angle is 90, then you get maximum force. And if you use this rule to compute force direction, that will be going into the paper here, so let us use that by this symbol. Now when you compute net force acting on the loop, there is no force here and there is no force here, and that force here, force acting on this one is upwards and force acting on that one is downwards. Both are in opposite direction with same magnitude. Then net force will be 0. So you can write down net force is F net is 0. Now there is no force on this wire and there is no force on that wire, and here force is acting, but that is acting upwards, and force is acting on this, that is downwards. Because of these two opposite forces, there will be a torque on the system, and that torque will be, so because force is trying to take this part upwards and force is taking the same amount of force is trying to take that part downwards. So because of these two forces, the system will be in rotational motion about this axis. let us draw the axis here about this axis. Then torque acting on this wire because of this force can be obtained by this equation. It's R cross F. This is the general equation to find torque. And now there is a torque due to this force, that's F2, because F2 is acting here. F2 is acting, that's upwards, and similarly F4 is acting here, that is downwards. So because of this force, the torque is torque equals to, let's say torque 1, that equals to R. R here is a distance from the axis of rotation, this one, because the whole distance is given as B, so that will be B by 2 cross F, and F is F2 here, and F2 is ILB, and angle between B by 2 and F is 90 here, so you will get maximum ILB, and the direction will be, you can get again from curling rule. Let us get that from the curling rule. From the curling rule, the direction will be upwards once again. So this is the torque 1, and similarly you compute torque due to this force. Torque due to that force, you can take it as T2, and say that distance is once again B by 2, and angle between force and B by 2 is once again 90, you get maximum, and you can also compute direction by this curling rule, and that shows upward direction once again. So then torque 1, torque 2 both are acting in the same direction, upwards, so because of that you get a net torque, and that equals to this plus that. So when you add these two, you get B ILB, and you can rewrite this as ILB into B, and here LB is area of the loop. See here, this is your L and this is your B, then L into B is your area of the loop. Now you can write down torque equals to IAB, and you can define even area, the direction of area, by using curling rule. And here the area of this loop is, this is a closed loop, and the area of this loop is A, that is let us write here, area of the loop is A, that is L into B, that is the magnitude, and direction of this area you can get by curling rule. Let us align our fingers, right hand fingers, forefinger, right hand fingers along the current direction. Then look at the thumb direction. Thumb direction gives the direction of its area, direction of the area. So if you apply that rule here, because the current is going in this direction, anti-clockwise direction, then area will be acting perpendicular to the plane, that is upwards from this plane. So area of this wire will be acting upwards. Let us use this symbol for that. So now torque acting on this loop, I wrote here IAB. Then torque is IAB, and direction of area is upwards from the plane, normal to the plane, coming outwards, and B is in the plane of B is in this direction. Then angle between A and B here is 90 degrees. So because of that I got maximum torque here. Now let us take one more case. In this case the angle between area and magnetic field is 90 degrees. So this I got when theta equals to pi by 2. Theta is here angle between A and B, because A is coming out from the paper and B is in this direction, B is in this direction, so angle is pi by 2. Now let us take one more case. When angle between area and B is not 90 degrees, maybe some other angle. So let us take that situation. For that I will take magnetic field in the same direction. Magnetic field in the same direction. Everywhere field is along this line. Now I am taking loop like this now. So this is the loop now. This is the loop. Now this length is like previous one. Like previous one. This length is L and this length is B. Let us take the same way here. So now this length is L and this length is let's say B. Now the area of this plane, now current is going in the same direction. Now area of this loop is making angle theta with magnetic field. So now angle between magnetic field and area is now theta. Initially it was 90, now it is theta. Now you can compute. So maybe if this is the direction of B and area may be acting in this way. So now the angle is theta here. So you can compute once again the force acting on this wire and that wire and this wire and that wire. So like the previous, the force acting on this one and this one will be cancelled now. Once again you can compute that. If you take force acting on this one by curling rule, you get force. That force equals to I L cross B, and here also you get the same magnitude for force. And if you take direction here, the direction of force will be acting outwards like this, and for this force will be acting like that. So both forces are in opposite direction, so net force will be 0 along vertical direction, and force acting on this one will be again upwards. Magnitude will be again same as the previous one, that is ILB, and here force will be acting downwards. And because of these two forces, net force will be 0 and net torque will also be 0, because whatever torque produced by this force, the same torque will be produced by this force in opposite direction. The net torque will be 0 because of these two forces, and because of these two forces, net torque will be now. Let us compute what is the torque due to this force. Now that torque equals to, then R, that is the R, that is B by 2 now. B by 2 cross F. So F is I L B, and the cross is there. When you remove that cross, you have to insert the angle between, sign of the angle between your B by 2 and force. Then here the angle between, because the angle between magnetic field and area is theta, then the force will be perpendicular to magnetic field, and B by 2 is perpendicular to A, then angle between force and B by 2 must be theta. Then when angle between B by 2 and force is theta, then your torque will be like this. This is the torque equation. Then for this one, the torque will be equals to B by 2 ILB sin theta. Then once you add these two, you will get net torque. The net torque will be BILB sin theta, and that equals to so you can rewrite that is ILB B sin theta. So this is now your area of the loop. Now torque equals to IA B sin theta. So this is the torque equation. And when theta is 90, we got equation, that is this. When theta is not 90, then equation is this part. So torque acting on the loop depends on angle between your area vector and your magnetic field vector. Let us test one more thing. For example, if angle between area vector and magnetic field is 0, let us see what will be the torque. Now for that, let us consider the same loop. Consider the same loop. carrying current like this. I is current, and this length, as I said, it is L, and this length is, let's say, B. That length is P. Now let us establish magnetic field perpendicular to this plane. So now magnetic field is coming out. So B is coming out everywhere. Now in this case, the area of the loop is also acting along magnetic field direction. You can use that. You can use curling rule to get that. When you use curling rule, then area of this loop is also acting upwards, and B is also acting along area direction. Then angle between area and B is same. Angle between them is 0 now. Now force acting on this one, you can compute. That force will be now, let's say, F1. F1 equals to I L cross B, then B. Then here angle between B and IL is 90, so you get maximum, and you can get direction by curling rule. The direction of this force will be upwards like this, and force acting on this one, let us compute. Sorry, this is B. B is the length here, so you get B here. Similarly, F2 let us compute. F2 will be force acting on this one is again angle between IL and B is 90. You get maximum ILB, but the direction will be now in this way. Similarly, if you compute force on this, you get force F3. F3 is similar to this part. F3 is similar to IBB but acting outwards. Similarly, F4 will be equals to F2 magnitude wise, and direction is in this direction. Now when you compute net force here, this and this cancel each other, and that cancel each other. F1, F2, F3 and F4. F4 can be cancelled by F2, F1 can be cancelled by F3. And torque produced by F4 is cancelled by torque produced by F2, and also F1, torque produced by F1 is cancelled by torque produced by F3, because both are in opposite direction. So you can say that torque acting on the loop is 0 now, because angle is 0. Now you can write down, in general, torque acting on the loop is this equation. T equals to I A B sin theta. And here sin theta is the angle between your area vector and your magnetic field vector. Now here I am defining a new parameter called magnetic moment. Magnetic moment of the loop mu, that equals to I into A. And here magnetic moment of the loop is a vector quantity, and that will be acting along your area direction, because I is a scalar quantity. So now magnetic moment mu equals to I times A, and its direction is along your A direction. So now you can replace this equation by IA by mu B sin theta, and here this is the magnitude of torque. If you write down in terms of in a vector form, that same thing can be written as torque equals to mu cross B. So this is the vector form. Now you can get direction of torque by taking cross product. Maybe you take mu cross B, that gives the direction of your torque. So this is the torque acting on the loop. And here I have defined the magnetic moment as mu equals to IA, because we got only one circular turn. If there are n number of circular turns, then your mu becomes n times IA, because IA is the magnetic moment of each loop, and if there are n loops, then you get n times that. That will be your magnetic moment of the current loop. And this equation is similar to this part. Let us look at this part. The torque acting on electric dipole is given by P cross E. Torque acting on, when you place electric dipole, let's say this is the electric dipole, negative charge and positive charge, in external electric field, and you see the torque, and the torque will be equals to P cross E. P is here electric dipole moment and E is electric field strength. Similar to that you get for magnetic moment. So when you place any magnetic dipole and when you place any magnetic dipole in magnetic field, then torque acting on that will be equals to mu cross B, similar to this equation. And whenever theta is 0, torque will be 0. If theta is 0, torque is maximum, that is mu B from here. If theta is 90, torque is 0 once again if theta is 180. So when theta is 0, torque will be 0. Then we say that condition is because when theta is 0, then there won't be any torque, and even though if you apply some external torque on the system, then the system will try to come back to its original position when theta is 0. So in this position the system will be in a stable equilibrium. When theta is 0, the system will be in stable equilibrium. And when theta is 180, you get equilibrium here also. But when you apply small torque at that time, then the system will not come back to the same position. So now this situation or this alignment is called unstable equilibrium. So here you get equilibrium, but it's a stable equilibrium. Means when you disturb the system from the equilibrium point, the system will try to come back to its original position. So because of that we are calling it as stable equilibrium. And here when theta is 180, when you disturb the system will not come back to its original position. Then we say it's a unstable equilibrium. So look at this problem. A 100 turns closely wound circular coil of radius 10 cm carries a current of 3.2 ampere. What is magnetic moment of the coil? And find out torque acting on the loop when a magnetic field of strength 2 Tesla is applied along its area direction and perpendicular to its area direction. So now a circular coil of radius 10 centimeter carrying current I equals to 3.2 ampere. Then magnetic moment of this loop equals to I into A. So I is 3.2 and area of the circular loop is pi r square. Area of the circular. So there are 100 turns are there. 100 turns closely wound. So N equals to here 100. There are N turns. Then your total magnetic moment will be N into IA. So N is 100. Then I is 3.2 and area is pi r square. So pi is 3.14 into r square means r is 10 centimeter. If you write in terms of meter, it will be 10 power minus 1 meter. So whole square will be 10 power minus 2. So now mu will be, because here 10 power minus 2 and 100 can be cancelled, then your mu will be 10. Then unit for magnetic moment is ampere meter square, because mu equals to I into A. For I it's ampere, for A it's meter square, for N no unit, it's a number. So this is the total magnetic moment of the system. Now you also compute the torque acting on the loop when a magnetic field of strength 2 Tesla is established along its area vector and perpendicular to its area vector. Now magnetic field we are establishing of strength 2 Tesla. So 2 Tesla we are applying along its area direction. So if this is the current carrying loop, then its area will be acting in this way. Now if you apply magnetic field along the same direction, then torque will be torque is given by mu cross B, that is torque equals to mu B sin theta. Now when magnetic field is along A, theta is 0. If theta is 0, then torque equals to 0. And in the second case, then angle between area and magnetic field is here 90. When angle between magnetic field and area is 90 degrees, then you get torque equals to mu B. So now mu is 10 ampere meter square and B is 2 Tesla, that equals to 20 Newton meter. So this is the torque.